The world around you is a complicated world. The things you know, you do not necessarily know for sure. The foundation that you've built in your mind as a layer of truth has been built upon paper, lies. People before you, more deceitful people than me, have built this framework that we call life with layers of knowledge that have been imbued with deceit. They've created a world where secrets go to die. And that is why someone like you needs wisdom. You need to be able to discern the difference, the truth between good and evil. But the battle between good and evil, that's a war that's been raging on long before me and you, and likely it's going to rage on long after me and you. So we're not going to solve all of the answers here. And quite frankly, good and evil aren't the only forces we should be talking about. That's a war that we somehow got involved in, but the powers that you have, the red and the blue powers, that's something that we probably should discuss, because you want to use those powers, don't you? But before we get on to that, because this is going to be my kickoff to the wisdom series, we're going to do loads of videos on wisdom. Let's start small. Let's start with that ginormous battle between good and evil. I'd like to tell you about a temple that I visited. This is just context, so I'm not going to give you the location or time that I visited it, just in case you go there and I kick off another war between good and evil that I shouldn't have. It's just context. It's just context. This temple that I went to is an evil, dark temple. It's shaped like a spire. And what's interesting about it is the top level is not that exciting. All of the business end stuff happens underground. The way to get to that tiny, cramped, and very damp room is through a spiral staircase that goes down what feels into the heart of darkness. And once you get into this very cramped, dark room, there's a stone well in the middle of it. And priests, you to gather around this stone well, do their shenanigans, rituals, and quite frankly, red energy stuff, but let's not get into that. And what would happen then is a swirling black energy would come from inside the well, up past them, swirling through the top of the spire, dark temple. Now, to be fair, there was probably some good people also doing stuff to counteract, or well, I'm not telling you when. I've said too much. Anyway, this is an excellent kickoff to the wisdom series because quite frankly, it's shown a gap in your knowledge. There's too much stuff that you don't know, and we need to make you know things so that you can understand things, because the difference between knowledge and wisdom is, say it with me,